Hi everybody, this is Kathy. This is a very funky angle, so I think I gotta adjust this. So, I'm testing out a different setup, so, this probably is a little bit better view. I'm not standing, I'm actually kneeling on a chair. How's everybody been? It is Easter weekend, here. It's Easter weekend, and I figured I am long overdue for an update. I'm actually coming up to my Flosstube 1 year anniversary, so I'm probably not as good as I should be. And sorry, I'm adjusting. What I have is I have like this 3-tiered server dish that I've been kind of using as a fruit plate. Jack does all the rearranging. Actually, this is like our snack area. It's been, yeah. This might not work too well. All right, let's go back to this. I know there's a lot of white space up there, but bear with me. Let's see. Hold on, let me see what happens if I move you guys down one tier. Oh, that might work too. Hold on. Trying to readjust you guys. Okay, how's that? Okay, the white space is better now. Anyway, so it's been a while since I've done a video. So what I basically have over here, which you can't see, is my stash of what I've been working on. I've frogged a couple things. I've restarted a couple things. So I'm going to try to keep this short, just because I think it works a little bit better. So, again, I have no dates. Probably should have some dates, shouldn't I? Okay. Dates on when I started some of the stuff is probably a good idea. So, the first thing that I'm going to show you, I was actually in the process of frogging something, and I'm rethinking what I want to do with this now that I've seen more of the pattern. So, let's see. Sorry, I've got my tablet here trying to look up when I started something. So, alright, so this is the Hello Kitty Stitch Along by 8-Bit Stitch. I started this on March 11th. I went to a scrapbooking crop, and for the first 30 minutes I stitched and then started scrapbooking. So I've been actually doing really good about posting on Instagram what I've been working on a daily basis. So I know I've been very bad about getting different doing videos, but anyway, I'll try to fill in life stuff. Life has been crazy. It's been busy since November. In terms of family travel, holidays, work has gone crazy, that sort of thing. So okay, so this is the Hello Kitty Stitch Along by 8-Bit Stitch. This is like week 6 or 7, and so I haven't even gotten the first one done. But since I'm a huge Hello Kitty fan, she said Hello Kitty, I'm like, okay, here, take my money. Anyway, so this is what I got done. I got the Hello Kitty. I'm slowly filling her in. I'm almost done filling in her face, and then I've got the next one, and I was hoping, so, okay, no offense to Carrie, I do really like this pattern so far. When she said Hello Kitty, I was envisioning more Hello Kitty and not other Sanrio characters. So, like, I'm calling this the Sanrio Mystery Stitch Along because it's all the different Sanrio characters, and I think I only recognize like 1 or 2 so far. So, yeah. So this is this. I'm contemplating, since I'm picking this out, if this should be different, if I should space them out a little bit more and make them into ornaments, so I can just, fill up this. And so I'm stitching this instead of on the called for fabric. I'm doing the call for flosses. I did substitute, I don't know if you can tell, I did do a Jottery's red, and of course I don't have my bag of, oh, here it is. It's over here, different chair. I did swap out the red that she called for, and I put in Jottery's 2023, which is the red that it's a red, and I don't know the name of this color, but this is what it is. I figured it was an easy substitution, so that's what I'm doing. So this is where I'm at. I have to frog because what I did is that I started here and went all the way around. Well, when I went this way around, I realized that right somewhere over here, I missed a stitch, so I was off. So these didn't line up the way they need to. storing my phone. So that's why I'm like right now slowly, painfully stitching out. Anyway, this is being stitched on Looking Glass in 32 count Joblin. I've been switching from 28 count to 32 count, and I'm liking 32 count. I haven't quite gone to 36 count yet, but it's coming, I think. Well, I think I did one piece, that what I worked on in December, but I decided not to show that because there'll be way too much stuff and this will be way too long a video. So anyway, this is from Undersea Fabric, Undersea Glass, or Under the Sea Fabrics, and it's in her Looking Glass colorway, in the 32 count Joblin. Joblin? Yeah. I've been testing out I've been trying different fabrics, Joblin, Lugana, even Weave, and I'm liking all three. So that's that. I've still been reading a ton. I just finished Faking It by Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde. Wildy, I think that's what, if I'm butchering your names, I'm sorry. I really enjoyed it. Basically, I read it in a day, which is what I've been doing on some books that are fairly short. When I mean fairly short, I mean it was like less than 200 pages, so I think I read it in a night. Meaning I started it when Oliver went to bed at 10 o'clock and finished at like 11 o'clock or something like that. So I really enjoyed that story. It was really nice. I also finished in a day Shades of Pink, which is a new one from Gina Lamanna. I'm tempted right now. It's a bit of a mystery, and I'm tempted right now to also start her other mystery series I haven't read. Because right now I've read 5 of her books in the last year, and I really enjoyed them. They're mystery. They're I'm calling this like light romance, meaning the sex is implied. You don't read through the act. With the Stephanie Lawrence, A Lady by Your Side, I really love that. So I've actually been double dipping. I've read the book and I'm also slowly listening to it on audio tape as well. So I'm actually double dipping in my book. So which is kind of good. I started reading A Devil's Triangle by Catherine Coulter and J.D. Ellison. I haven't gotten very far on that one yet. Those usually take me a little while longer because they're also quite thick. What else have I read? Anyway, that's what I'm reading so far. That's kind of jumbled up because this is girlfriend time, right? We're just sitting. So next up, what I worked on, I think the last time I worked on this is in no particular order of how I've stitched them, just what I've been working on. So normally my normal bag is sort of Ziploc bag, small Ziploc bag with a floss pattern if it's small. So later on, I also have ways how I am storing and traveling with my stuff. Some stuff I even travel with my Hades. So from that standpoint. So let's see. This one I worked on. I know I worked on it recently. Okay, so this one I also worked on in March. Oh no, that's not that one. Wrong one. Could have sworn I worked on this one. All right. I know I worked on this recently. The photo is in this phone and not on said tablet. So I have a tablet. Yeah. So anyway, so I brought out my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, their Summer Beach sampler. So here's where I'm at. What you can't tell, because I think I only worked on it for a tad, is that I filled in these orange slices. So 1, 2, 3. I finished these orange slices. That's what I did. I know. And I think I started the ice cream cones that are up here. Not a lot, but I think I've been liking my new rotation plan. My new rotation plan is basically just, I have a small project that I throw in my purse that I work on at lunchtime or in the evenings if I don't feel like working on my Hades. The Hades really don't travel unless I'm going on a road trip. So how I've been storing this one, because I figure that's my little theme this week, is that, sorry, arm shot. So I had, for when this one came out, there was a limited edition Chicken and Boots pumpkin pouch. I'm not sure what this bag is called. Oh, for me. Let's go look. This might be a little long. Can't multitask. yes, here's chicken and boots. Oh no, it is. Sorry. Yeah, closing this. No. Ah! Sorry. Okay, I believe, all right, this is, yes. So this is Chicken and Boots, what they call their Notions pouch. It's got this clear vinyl on top so you can see with it what it is. This is probably I have two of these. I have both of their limited edition pumpkin ones because who doesn't love the pumpkin? I'm sorry, I think we need to come up with a hashtag for the Frosted Pumpkin addicts. Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery addicts, because I don't know, they come up with a pattern and I purchase it most of the time. They did actually like, I feel bad because they actually liked one of my posts that I was working on Heaven After, and shortly after that I decided that I wasn't liking it and I didn't like the fabric that it was being stitched on because it was blending in with one of the colors and I was like, no! So I frogged it and I gotta restart it. But anyway, so here's their Notions pouch. Now this is so this was the called for. So this is a 13 by 8, so it's a fat eighth in their Crystal Coastal Cashel 28 count linens. All right, so it folds up into this nice little square. I have my floss in here. And then I just take this, fold it up nice and neat, kind of shove it in here, like so. Fits. Somehow I got it in here. Hold on, let's see if it's not working the way I want it. Let's go this way. Live my camera, totally. Yep, see, fits, and all I would have to do is throw a needle in here and my scissors, which, do I have that close by that I can show? Probably. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if I've showed this before, but this is my little traveling pouch that I have. This one usually lives in my work backpack. So this is just, I think this is from my Karen Foster tote bag that I got. So it's clear, it's vinyl. There's a piece of Velcro, so scrapbooking bag it fits. So basically what I have in here is I have one needle. This is, I think, is one of those stick on the back of your cell phone for credit cards. I was going to get, I picked it up, it was free, so, you know, it's advertising one of our local hospitals. And then the Cottage Needle does this awesome thing where they give you a needle when you purchase a pattern. I think that's how I got these. So it comes in a lovely cellophane bag with a little tag. Love this idea, Rachel. Awesome. Thank you. And if you haven't shopped at the Cottage Needle, here, I'll put this stuff. On Etsy, she is awesome. Rachel is so nice. She responds so quickly. Anyway, so I have that in there. And then I also carry 310 white B5200. Yes, I don't have two pairs of scissors in there. I have a tiny, tiny seam reaper. And I found this on Jet Pens. It's a portable pair of scissors. So it's a very tiny blade. It's not super sharp, but it works if you're trying to cut floss. It's compact, and if you have it, you know, you can loop it to something, you know, like, so totally tiny, nice and short. I have two of these. I have a blue, and this is my original one, which is blue, and I got a pink. Why I have two in here, I don't know. But all of this stuff basically goes in here, and this can also, let's see if I can do this on camera, can fit in here. fit all this in here and close up the bag. Dun, dun, dun. Yes! So, travel purse. I can fit in most small purses. Yay! I can take stitchy stuff everywhere. Okay, so, enough of that. Back to the normal stuff. Okay, so the other thing that I worked on, and probably in the last month, is also another frosted pumpkin. It's their trick or treat sampler. Basically, I started at the bottom. I mean, I think what I did is I finished the treat, did one of the tombstones. The thing I have to figure out how to do is up here. There's another stitch, another row, and I have to figure out what color to put in there. I'm tempted to do a mossy green instead of the gray that they called for. Slight modification. We'll figure it out. So this is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Trick or Treat Costume Club. It was one of their mystery samplers last year. There's a bonus pattern that will fit down here. So basically they fit 2 things in here. But what I'm going to do, I'm not sure. Hopefully I have enough that I can make this into a cube. The way this, because I think this would be cute for those foam cube projects. That would be kind of cool to do. Anyway. That is actually, I don't have that many notion pouches. So, the other one that I've been working on, and again, this is back to the other project I've been working on is, I don't have the patterns. Oops. Sorry, showed the pattern. Not enough. Okay, so the other thing I'm working on is Country Cottage Needleworks Sheep in the Meadow. This is going to be part of a big piece that I'm doing, which is going to contain this piece. Here we go. Along with all the little sheep virtues all the way around it. So this, oh, I forgot to say. This, oh, I forgot to go back to this. Sorry, I'm jumping. So this piece is being stitched on 28 count Joblin in the Tintagel colorway by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. So not the called for fabric, which is why it's messing up me on my colors in terms of with the flosses that have been oops, wrong bag. The flosses that, hold on, gonna sneeze. Okay, sorry. Which is probably why it's messing me up. I have a small stash of fabric, and so by not stitching on the called for fabric kind of sometimes messes me up with my color, which I'll get to my little rant. Anyway, so this is being stitched on doubloon and it's 28 count doubloon in, I think, either linen or, it's 28 count Lugana in the doubloon colorway from Picture This Plus. Here's where I'm at. Pretty much I finished all the words, and I've got, I think these sheep are done. Let's see, what am I thinking? Okay, I got all the sheep started. The flowers are in process. I think what I'm trying to do is getting all these key things in, and trying to do the outline for the house, and then after that, fill in this massive hill of green. And then, so my thought would, since I've got the edges, I want to try to get the edges done, or at least the outline stuff, so that I can start the little sheep. That's that. So this is how this is a bigger piece of fabric. So what I've been storing on for this, which you kind of can see right now. Oh, sorry, I'm showing the pattern again. It's not all of it, so I'm not totally worried about being shown. And if you can see that, if you can pause it and steal it from that little bit, then more power to you. So anyway, what this one stores in for traveling is I found these pouches at the Container Store. It's vinyl, so it's plastic, and you can kind of see what's in it, which is kind of nice. So this fits in here, and then this piece of fabric also fits in here. Lucky my face. So that is what I am going with. So see, this fits in here. Stores this like so. Since I've been frogging a bunch of stuff, or not working on some stuff. I'm probably going to work on some more organization. So this is how this normally lives, and I can see it. Everything is contained. Just have to grab a Q. This in both those cases, I have to grab a Q snap and my little traveling pouch, and I should be good to go. All right, we're back. Alrighty. Oh, not too bad. So this is my little rant. I'm not gonna call this a rant. It's probably my own fault. So this is a new start for me. I should probably tell you when I started this, shouldn't I? All right, let's see. Come on. All right, so this is the Garden Labyrinth, the winter edition from Carol Manning Designs. So I started this very recently. Right, I would probably say within the last week. So I started this in April, and here's where I am right now. Sorry, I got all this stuff. Try not to get all this stuff. So oh, I have a pattern. I have the pattern with me. I have a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So, this is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at. Trying to, it's hard to tell looking at this picture that she has. Oh, I see where I'm at. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Actually, I think this is how. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I have this. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I'm actually stitching this on 28 count, 32 count Joblin in the 32 count Joblin in the Caramel Macchiato Way from Ham Dyed by Stephanie. I actually went to my local LNS, which it's been around for like 30 years. It's Rocking Horse in Farmington Hills, Michigan, and I guess the owners want to retire, so the store is closing. So the sad thing about it is I went in there expecting to be able to get the colors that I needed for this. And I expected them to have all the colors. Well, since they're planning on closing in June, they weren't stocking a lot of stuff, so I was kind of sad. And I picked out this gorgeous, like, gray, white, hand-dyed, I think it's from Zorgas. I think it's the Storm colorway, I don't know. I started stitching it, and it wasn't popping. And it's popping on this the way I need it to. It was blending in too much for my taste. So I have a piece of, like, 18 by 18 or 16 by 16 that I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch with, but I love it. It's going to be really cool, so we'll see. We'll see what I can stitch with it on. I mean, it's neutral enough that it can go in the stash. I'm developing a little bit of stash. So anyway, this one has been going to and from with me to work this past week. My rotation bait, again, so this is how I've been storing this, and I had, anyway, so this is an Erin Lane drawstring bag. I got this, basically this is for knitting, for a project, but this happens to fit a 11 by 11 Q snap in it very well. And of course I've been carrying my big, I don't have it close by, it's on the other side of the table, in a big tote bag, which also fits my lunchbox too, because I've actually been trying to pack my lunch. So that's how this travels. In it, I have, in it I have the key and then one page of the printout of the pattern. So it's portable that way. And then I have a bag full of floss. It has some Krennic, and which I'm liking for some reason Krennic is, I think I'm getting used to, because I think when I had the Krennic in the Frosted Pumpkins, A Very Merry Christmas Town, it was a little bit more difficult, but with this, it's actually getting better with it. Alright. So, anyway. this over. So, you know, for a while ago I showed you my first Heaven and Earth design, which is one that I was doing, which is a little light reading, and I was just doing that on a big piece of 14 count Aida that I bought from Hobby Lobby. It was super cheap. Then I started the mini version of Universe in a Jar on another Haid, and it was on 18 count Easy Guide Aida. And then so I decided how much I loved that, because what I found, the problem that I had with my little light reading was that I was getting lost, or I would be off by a yard, and then I'd have to pick out a whole big section, which I didn't like. So I restarted it, and since I get bored saying, oh, I just did this already, I started from the bottom. So this is where I am on my little light reading. This is the bottom of the chart. Okay, sorry. So this is where, sorry, pulling out the pattern. There's enough of it that I don't really want to show. If it was like the first section, right, oops, this is where I'm at. I've been starting at the bottom. This is like 2 pages in. If it was that first page I was working on where there's only like, 40 squares, 40 some squares, which is, like that big, I totally wouldn't mind showing it, because you really can't get the rest of what it's supposed to look like. So I can actually show you what it's supposed to look like. So this is what I'm stitching on, and basically what you saw is this tiny little corner right here. Actually, it would be like this first row right here. So I'm still enjoying it. I'm actually definitely enjoying the grid pattern. I typically don't grid, but for Heaven and Earth and how they are and how detailed they are is the only time I actually grid. Anyway, so that's that. Alright, so what have I been watching? Definitely exploring different Flosstube videos. My favorite is Sherry Burkett, Miss Tracy P, Danielle the Stitcherista, the Stash Queen, and the one I think I just started this week. I think I picked up 2, which is Andrea in Stitching in Colorado. It's the person that Tracy P is always talking about, and Ivana, the Twisted Stitcher. Also listen to Trisha from Three Owls. I don't know. She's another Michigander. Anyway, the one thing I have to say is, Miss Tracy P and Danielle, please don't change your style or how your personality when you do Facebook. I personally love it. I love your sassiness. Please keep that up. Don't change. I definitely want to give both of them hugs. I love watching your videos. I love your personalities. So please don't change. You guys are great. It's when I'm sitting with you, it's like when I'm sitting and listening to you both, I'm like, Vana, you're also the same way in your personality. Love it. As well as Sherry. I think the reason why I love all the ones I keep watching you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to come back with a video, is your personality, because I feel like you're sitting right across from me and we're just chatting and I'm stitching, and I love that. So please don't change, and I got your back. If anyone wants to hate on you guys, seriously, you guys can go somewhere else. That's just not. The stitching community is so open and so nice and so generous that all the haters, they can go someplace else. Anyway, enough of my rant. This is probably about as long as I wanted to do. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope everyone has a nice spring is finally here, so I hope you can go outside and stitch. I've actually been, the last couple weekends since it's been nice, I've actually sat on the patio with my hay, so I've got the box, the ort, all that stuff outside stitching. So outside stitching in public is not that crazy, and so I enjoy it. And so anyway, until next time, I'll try to be a little bit better on my updates. If not, I will try to keep posting my progress on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!